Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and thanks for joining me today. My name is Peter Citera. I am the CEO of Championship Darts Corporation, and I am joined today by a wonderful team. With me is my partner and dear friend, the COO of Championship Darts Corporation, Mr. Anthony Eugenia. We
Hey,
also
Peter.
have
Sorry.
behind the scenes our producer today, Mr. Jeff McMahon, and the illustrious Chief Production Officer of the Championship Darts Corporation, L. David Irete. So, Anthony, thanks for joining me.
There's my cue. Thanks, Peter. And thanks, boys. Thanks behind the scenes. Thanks for taking time. And thank you for everybody who's going to watch today live and then join us post. We're excited to bring this draw for the Cross Border Darts Challenge.
Yeah, we're here to do the draw for the Cross Border Darts Challenge taking place at the White Eagle Hall in Jersey City on April 21st and 22nd. And if you don't have your tickets yet, get them now. This is something you won't want to miss. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention we're doing this draw on a big day for North American darts. Earlier today, Leonard Gates hoisted the title. He is the champion of champions, the World Senior Darts Tour. What an exciting day, Anthony, huh?
Yeah, big day for North America. I mean, what an impressive weekend puts out, Phil Taylor, Martin Adams, hoist the trophy today. I mean, absolutely incredible. Takes a chance, gets on a flight, wins that golden ticket, and never look back. So, I mean, what an appropriate day to now, set up the next big event here for North America.
Absolutely, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention David Cameron made the semifinals in that event, played fantastic, played his heart out as well. So we've got two North Americans, two CDC players that did wonders overseas, and they're going to be here in Jersey next month. And so, without further ado, let's get down to business. Let's take a look at the bracket. So this is the bracket we'll be drawing
one
into.
Thing, Peter.
Yeah, I don't see us live at this point, to be honest with you.
We've got a little teaser.
That is true. Speaking of being remiss, so we're introducing something today, and Jeff, you could bring it back down to the little split shot. We're introducing something today that, we felt that since we were doing this cross-border darts challenge, it's got the nations part of it. We're bringing a kind of a new twist into it. Anthony, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we were really thrilled to keep this USA-Canada component that we really enjoyed at the 2021 Continental Cup. So you'll see we draw today. Each match in the first round will be a USA versus Canadian player. And then from that point, it will proceed to a straight knockout event from the quarters onward. But we still wanted to create some sort of nation versus nation. And that's why we're thrilled to debut the CDC Nations Cup. So each player will earn a point for a victory. So essentially the side that earns 8 points will hoist the first CDC Nations Cup here in 2023. So thrilled about that.
For every match, absolutely. So every match matters. You're playing for your country, you're playing for yourself, but you're also playing for your country. There's something bigger than just the individual matches in front of you. We felt it was really cool to bring that on, and then we're excited to debut it today.
Without a doubt, thrilled to see that unfold. Saturday night, a lot of the players who, may not still be in the tournament will still be there rooting on, what's now teammates. Love it.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. I can't wait to see the winning team hoist that cup. So, without further ado, let's figure out who's playing who.
Amen. Let's go, Pete. I love nothing more than a good draw. Let's do it.
Let's get those balls ready. This is our bracket.
Let's go.
I'm gonna run down the seeds for you, and then I'll hand it off to Anthony to run down the players that are being drawn into the bracket. So first, on the USA side, we have the number 1 seed, Danny Baggish. The 2nd seed, the champion of champions himself, Mr. Leonard Gates. The 3rd seed, Alex Spellman, who made his PDC Pro Tour debut just a week ago. And we also have the Eagle, the legend, Mr. Larry Butler. Over to the Canadian side. It's Excalibur David Cameron. He'll take the number 1 seed, followed by Jacob Taylor, also over in England this week to play in the Modus Super Series, along with Leonard Gates. The number 3 seed is John Norman Jr., and the gentleman is our number 4 seed, Gentleman Jim Long. Anthony, over to you to go over the draws.
All right, and just to let everybody know, those seeds are based on the final 2022 CDC Tour Points list. So now we're going to see the rest of the field that will be drawn in to compete against those seeds. So, Jeff, if you will, if that is ready. And here we go. So here is your assignment. So Gary Mawson is going to be ball number 1. Chuck Pulio, ball number 2. Danny Lauby, ball number 3. Jules Van Dongen, ball 4. Steve Warnock will be number 5. Keith Way would be ball number 6. John Part, number 7. And rounding it out, Jeff Smith will be number 8 in the bags.
All right.
So we've got, just so folks know, we've got USA here 1 to 4, Canada 5 to 8. So Mr. Citera can.
Are you with me? Did I lose you?
Oh, no, I'm here, Pete. You still got me or not?
We had a glitch. The live streams are live streams. You froze on me for a bit, but I think we're back.
As long as it wasn't during the ping pong balls. No sticky fingers here. We're all good. Hands above the camera. We got our 2 satchels here. We're all set. So, all right, good. No interruptions. Let's roll with this, Pete. Take control.
All
Let's
right.
go, brother.
So let's get started. Our first draw will be the Canada number 4 seed, Jim Long. Jim Long will play
number 2.
Number 2, Chuck Pulio.
So Long Pulio, we've seen that many times, and I just said before, we're not going to do any commentary about the matches. So, shh, Eugenia, we'll get to it.
We're moving now up to the USA. We'll do the USA number 4, Larry Butler. Larry Butler will play
number 8. Can we see that? Number 8.
Number 8. That is Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith and Larry Butler. Moving back to the Canadian side, the number 3 seed, John Norman Jr. John Norman Jr. will play
number 3.
Number 3. Number 3 is Danny Lauby. Norman Jr. and Lauby. Back up to the USA, the North Carolina man, Alex Spellman. Alex Spellman, the 3 seed, will play
number 7.
Number 7, that is John Part. Darth Maple, John Part. Moving back down to the Canadian side, our 2nd seed, Jacob Taylor, will play.
Let's see. Number 1.
Jacob Taylor will play number 1. That is Gary Mawson. Jacob Taylor and Gary Mawson. Now back to the USA. Our number 2 seed, Leonard Gates. Leonard Gates will play
number 5.
Number 5, that is Steve Warnock. Steve Warnock and Leonard Gates. Moving back to the Canadian side, the number 1 seed on the Canadian side is David Cameron. David Cameron will play
number 4.
Number 4. Number 4 is Jules Van Dongen. That's going to be a cracker of a match. Oh, no commentary. Apologies.
We can't help ourselves, folks. This is too good. This is too good.
It is. It's fantastic. So now we're back to the number 1 seed on the USA side. The moment you've all been waiting for. Danny Baggish. Danny Baggish will play
number 6.
Keith Way. Keith Way and Danny Baggish round out the field at the Cross Border Dart Challenge, the White Eagle Hall in Jersey City, April 21st and 22nd. Let's bring that bracket up full. Excellent. Yep, take a look. There's your draw. Anthony, what are your thoughts?
Oh boy, let's see what jumps out at me. Obviously, Long Pulio, we talked about the history that they've had. Butler Smith, I see that over on the other side. Spellman Part is going to be a blast. Taylor Mawson, Those just leap out at me, Pete. Absolutely, cannot wait for that. Let's do you want to let's go through each quadrant and talk about them?
That sounds
so
absolutely wonderful.
Give us a look. Let's go. Let's start with Danny Baggage, Keith Way.
Keith kind of takes over for Matt Campbell. He steps into Matt Campbell's shoes and steps really into Matt Campbell's shoes as he has to take on Danny Baggage in the first round. Keith's a guy who flies under the radar. He's got talent. He's a heck of a player. Obviously, would not be playing in this event. I think he's probably excited that he's got the big challenge. What do you think about it?
Oh, I think a big moment for Keith. He was thrilled to get the call to come play. Baggage is super hot right now. Did fantastic in a couple of events recently. So he's going to be really, really tough, obviously, to overcome.
No doubt. And if we move down then in that quadrant, the second match, Long Pulio, you kind of referenced it earlier. Lots of history with these guys. They're both just absolutely great guys, but phenomenal dart talent. This one, in my mind, could absolutely come down to the bull and everything just be on throw. Like that's how close these guys are matched.
We've seen it before. They just can't get away from each other. I mean that in a good way. I mean they travel together. I think occasionally they're friends off the Aki, and it's just hilarious in a way when you see players just again and again find a way to meet each other in big spots, and that's what it's going to be again for Long and Pulio.
So then moving down, we've got Jacob Taylor and Gary Mawson. Gary, I think, is salivating. He wants to make a name for himself. He's been passionate about this for many, many moons. Was really excited about this event when we announced it. You kind of got two guys that are a little bit opposite. Mawson's kind of a boisterous guy. He's going to get in your face. He's going to get out there. He's going to try to just kind of beat you into submission. And you got Jacob Taylor, who's kind of a very quiet guy, but just absolutely is an assassin with the darts.
He gets the job done, went home with a couple of trophies last year. Just sort of, I think the term in sports, right, is a lunch pail guy. Just very much effective, but just comes to work, puts, clocks in, clocks out. At the end of the day, more often than not, he's the guy going home with a trophy.
And so that brings us to the bottom left-hand side. We've got Alex Bellman and John Part. I'm going to refer to this as the match of analytics. These are guys that know the sport in and out. They analyze things. They understand their throw. They understand the external influences. They just both love to kind of think darts. So I'm really stoked to see this one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this as well. I know it's going to be a thrill for Alex to play John on stage. This is one of those where, we definitely promo it, folks. You want to be in the room as we bring up the three-time world champion. And John's looking to make, more big marks in North America. Alex, again, we talk about players that are just in the moment, and that's one Alex Bellman.
So moving over to the right side of the draw, at the top we have the one seed David Cameron takes on Jules Van Dongen, two guys that are getting some real great international experience. David, I've been playing lots of the World Seniors darts, was in the World Championship. Jules Van Dongen, a PDC Tour card holder, been going over and getting a lot of valuable international experience. This one, to me, is truly a crapshoot. Either one of these guys get hot, and either one of them can be in the quarterfinal.
Easily, not trying to be too diplomatic, but easily can see this one going the distance with both players throwing extremely high averages.
So then we'll move down. Larry Butler gets Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith, PDC Tour card holder in his third year consecutive. Larry Butler, obviously the winner of the inaugural PDC match play. And so, these guys, again, some history together, high-level darts. Both of them understand playing under pressure. So certainly another fantastic matchup.
Oh, super tasty matchup. Obviously, Smith in form, playing well. We know he's going to come to the table. Larry Butler Larry Butler will never back up an inch. We saw him win on tour again this year. We called it his Nicholas moment. Just a fantastic day this year on tour for Larry Butler. And, when you talk about players being ready for the moment, Larry Butler fits that bill.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that. And then, looking at the next match, I think this is the one a lot of people are going to just look over, right? They're going to look past it. Gates will cruise. Obviously, there's no doubt Leonard hit what we call here a purple patch. He's playing the best darts we've seen him play in a long, long time, winning almost everything he touches. But you can't count out Steve Warnock. Again, talk about a guy who just flies under the radar. Solid, just a journeyman, gets things done. He would be my dark horse in pretty much any tournament that he enters. It's a tall task, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, he's going to come in, being confident. Steve's not going to doubt his abilities, but you see Leonard there. It's just now the ball is rolling downhill. It's just one thing after another. That's just his confidence must be just insanely sky high. See here. So not to jump all the way into the commentary booth, but that's certainly one that's going to be that, Steve has to come out of the blocks early to get a hold of Leonard Gates.
I absolutely agree with that assessment. And then our last match is John Norman Jr. taking on Danny Lauby. John Norman, a guy who's finally grabbed his first CDC title, was really ecstatic about that. I think he mentioned it was the highlight of his career at that point, making his debut on he was a Continental Cup guy, but making his debut on a really big stage here with the crowd, the venue. I think it's going to be fantastic for him. He's played the World Cup before, so he has some international experience, but it's been a while. And he's taken on a guy in Danny Lauby, who Danny kind of went through a rough patch, but he seems to have righted the ship. He's playing very well, playing in the Modus, did well in the Modus, played the UK Open. We've seen him, kind of turn the ship around, as I would say.
This one is, to me, a wonderful clash of styles. Everybody is enamored, and rightly so, with Danny Lauby when his pacing. When Danny's darts are moving, it's just beautiful. It's symphonic. It just flows, out of him. And then you've got John Norman, who, in a real positive way, in the last couple of years, when we've seen him have good success in the CDC tour, has been extremely measured, very repetitive in his pacing to the board, coming back from the board, his approach to the Aki. So we'll see, how that goes with his deliberate pacing and Danny's rat-a-tat-tat. Who is the one who can push the match in their direction based on the way that they want to play?
Absolutely. And just looking again, we've kind of just given you a highlight of each of these matches. There is not a bad match to be had here. I think that this truly is a fantastic showcase for what North America has to offer.
16 absolutely amazing players who've all, achieved great things to get here. And so, this is Friday night where we're looking at round 1. 8 just absolutely fantastic matchups. And we're going to keep saying it. This is not one that you want to miss. You want to come here and just be a part of what we've been calling history, and it's truly going to be that on stage at the White Eagle.
It is, and we've got some cool stuff planned in the venue. It's going to be a really great setup, great music, party atmosphere. We're going to have some giveaways, and there's some some specials going on out there right now. If you purchase your ticket, Dart Connect is offering upgrades to their table, which rumor has it is going to come with some free food and beverage, which is pretty interesting. Get to drink with Greg Tong and the Dark Connect guys.
By chance, where can folks go to get their tickets, Pete?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Tickets are available online at champdarts.com. You can go right at the top. First thing you're going to see right at the top is a graphic that advertises the Cross Border Darts Challenge. Go ahead and click that. It'll bring you to our event page, and you can find the ticketing from there. Also, we've got some great group situations, great group deals. So if you've got 8 people and you want to come out, you can save some money by booking a table of 8. You can reach us at info@champdarts.com if you'd like any more details on the group purchase.
Fantastic. Well, I have had just a ball, Peter. Literally, we've got ping pong balls, but I was more than thrilled to do that. I hope everybody's had fun with it. So now we're sort of finally looking at the realities of what's going to play out here at the Cross Border Darts Challenge. Thank you, Pete.
Absolutely. Thank you, Anthony. Absolutely. We'll definitely look for getting more analysis on these matches. A lot of discussion out there on social media to be had, I'm sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for joining us. On behalf of Anthony Eugenia, Jeff McMahon, and L. David Irene, I am Peter Citera, and we will see you in Jersey City in April.